In today's class, we are going to study in detail about the animal kingdom. Learning objective. After completion of this lesson, students will be able to understand the classification of animal kingdom, identify and study the different group of animals, list out the general characteristics of animals based on grade of organization, types of symmetry, coelom, and various body activity. Recognize that binomial classification as Latin and Greek words. Identify the first name as genus and second name as species. Recall the salient features of each phylum. The next is characteristics of all animals. So this is the characteristics of the all animals. So they are made up of cells. So cells combine and form tissue, tissue forms organ, and organ form organ system. They obtain food by eating other organism, herbivore, carnivore or omnivore. So animals always depend on other organism for their food. Most of the animals reproduce sexually, but some can reproduce by asexually. Introduction. Every organism exhibit variation in their external appearance, internal structure and behavior, mode of life, etc. The diversity among the living organism can be studied in an effective way by arranging each kind of animals in an orderly or systemic manner. So we can study a wide variety of organisms by arranging them in a particular order or systemic manner. What is classification? Classification is the ordering of organism into groups on the basis of their similarities, dissimilarities and relationship. So the organism are grouped as similarly character animal are placed in same group and dissimilar character animals are placed in a different groups. Next one is, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the science of classification which makes the wide variety of organism easier. It helps us to understand the relationship among different group of animals. The first systemic approach of classification of living organism was made by a Sweden botanist Carolus Linnaeus. He generated the systemic study of naming organism in terms of genus, species and more extensively grouping using Latin terms. So taxonomy is the science of classification, and with this we can able to study a wide variety of organism in an easier manner. So Sweden botanist Carolus Linnaeus found the taxonomy. He is called the father of taxonomy. So he named the animal using genus and species. So genus and species is called as binomial nomenclature. He named each and every organism with two names. The first one is genus and the second one is species. Five kingdom classification. So this is how the animal kingdom first classified. So five kingdoms. So the animal is divided into five kingdoms: Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. So in this five kingdom classification, all the organisms were put in a five kingdom. The first kingdom is Monera. In this kingdom Monera, all the preliminary microorganisms are present. Next, in Protista, all the unicellular organisms are seen. In Plantae, all the plants are classified. In Fungi, all the fungi are classified. In Animalia, all the animals are grouped under. So how this is classified? These groups are formed on the basis of cell structure, mode of nutrient, body organization and reproduction. The next one is taxonomic hierarchy. So taxonomic hierarchy is nothing but something classified from the lower level to the higher level of organization. So the lowest level of taxonomic hierarchy is called as species. So species combine and form genus. Genus combines together and form family. Many families form order. Many orders form class, and many class form phylum. And finally, the many phylums combine and form the kingdom. Now we shall see one by one in detail. The first one is species. So species is the lowest taxonomic category. For example, large Indian parakeet and green parrot. So these two are a variety of parrots. So they belongs to different species. So how we can classify it as different species means they cannot interbreed among themselves. So in taxonomy, species is the lowest category and they cannot interbreed among themselves. Genus. So it is a group of closely related species. So many species which have closely related characters, they are grouped under genus. So it is the next level to the species. For example, Indian wolf and Indian jackal. So here wolf and jackal, they belong to different species, but the genus is Canis. Why they are placed in same genus means they have some of the similar characters. Here the species will be different and genus is same. The next one is family. A group of genera with several, genera is nothing but genus. A group of genera with several common characters forms a family. For example, leopard, tiger, cat share some common characters and they belong to large cat family Felidae. So you can able to clearly distinguish the difference between leopard, cat, tiger. So all are different from each other, but they are all belong to a same family called cat family. The name of the cat family is Felidae. The next one is order. The number of related families. So many related families combine and form a order. So see here in order, monkey, baboon, ape, monkey. Although they belong to different families, they are placed in a same order as primates. So you know, monkey belongs to different category, baboons belong to different category, man belongs to different category. But they all put together in a same order as primates. Primates means they walk in two legs. Since why they are placed in same order means they have some characters which are common. The next one is class. Related or similar order together form a class. So many classes which is related to each other, they are put together and that is called as class. The order of different animals like rabbit, rat, bat, whale, chimpanzee and humans. So all these comes under different order, but they have a common characters like skin, presence of mammary gland. So these are the common characters for all rabbit, rat, bat, whales and chimpanzee, and therefore they are placed in a same class called Mammalia. So Mammalia means they have skin and mammary gland. So this is the common characters for rabbit, rat, bat, whale, chimpanzee, and they all belong to different or related orders and they form a same class called Mammalia. Phylum. Classes which are related with one another constitute the phylum. So here mammals, birds, reptiles, frogs, frogs is nothing but your amphibian fishes constitute phylum Chordata. So they all belongs to different classes but they put together in a same phylum called Chordata. So why they placed in a same phylum means they have a common character called notochord or backbone. Since the presence of notochord or backbone, they are put together in a same phylum called Chordata. The last one is kingdom. So kingdom is the highest category or it is the largest division. So this kingdom is not only peculiar to animals. In microorganism also kingdom is there. In plants also plant kingdom is there. And animals have animal kingdom. So when we talk about kingdom, all the animals comes under this kingdom. So if it is an animal kingdom, all the animals from a microorganism to a large category of organism, they comes under this kingdom. So what is the basis of classification? So we have studied all these classification. So how the animals are classified into different species, genus, class, order, like this. So what is the basis of that classification? We can divide the animal kingdom based on the level of organization. Level of organization is arrangement of cell. So as I said before, whether they have cellular level of organization or tissue grade of organization or organ level of organization or organ system level of organization. So this is called the level of organization. The next one is body symmetry. So the body is divided into two equal halves or like that. So that is called symmetry. The next one is germ layer. Next, the last one is nature of coelom. So now we shall see one by one. So see, animal kingdom are classified on the basis of level of organization, symmetry, coelom and phylum. So based on level of organization, the animals are classified as cellular, tissue, organ and organ system. Based on symmetry, they are classified as radial or bilateral. Based on the coelom, they are classified as acoelomate, pseudocoelomate or coelomates. So the last one is phylum. So based on this categories, the animals are classified into different phylum as Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Aschelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusk, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. The first basis of classification, level of organization. Animals are grouped as unicellular or multicellular based on the cell, tissue, organ and organ system. So here you can see the level of organization. The first smallest level of organization is atom. So many atoms combine and form molecules. Many molecules form organelles. From organelles form cells. From cells tissues, tissues to organ, organ to organ system, and finally a complete developed organism. So this is called your level of organization. The next one is symmetry. It is a plane of arrangement of body parts. So based on this symmetry, the animals are classified into three categories. First one is asymmetrical. So if we cut this animal in any direction, it will not give any two equal parts. So that's why it is called as asymmetrical. The next one is radial symmetry. So if we cut in any planes, it gives two equal half. That is called radial symmetry. The next one is bilateral symmetry. So if we cut in a lateral position, it gives two equal half. That is called bilateral symmetry. So based on plane of arrangement, animals are classified as asymmetrical, radial, bilateral. The next one is germ layer. So germ layer is formed during development of embryo. So this in embryo, germ layers are seen. As they grow older, this germ layer will be giving rise to different organs. So in embryo, germ layers are seen, and as they grow older and older, in adult, these germ layer is replaced by different organ. So if based on the germ layer, the animals are classified into two categories, diploblastic, triploblastic. Diplo means two, triplo means three. Two germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm. Three germ layers, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So ectoderm is the outermost layer and endoderm is the innermost layer. And in between the ectoderm and endoderm, mesoderm is present. So these are the different germ layers present in an organism. The next one is coelom. Coelom is nothing but a fluid filled body cavity. So this coelom only will separate the digestive tract from the body wall. So based on this coelom, the animals are further divided into acoelomate, pseudocoelomate, coelomate. Acoelom, A means absent. The animals which do not possess coelom is called as acoelomate. Example, flatworms. Pseudocoelom, pseudo means false coelom. So the animals which have false coelom is called as pseudocoelomate. Example, roundworm. The animal which have true coelom is called as true coelomate. Annelids, arthropod, mollusk, echinodermata, chordates. So all these comes under coelomate category. So the learning activity for this section would be prepare a mind map for the taxonomic hierarchy. So now in this lesson we have studied what is animal kingdom, what is classification, what is taxonomy, and how the animals are classified in the different taxonomic hierarchy and what is the basis of classification. So you all clear with this? With this your lesson has been getting, or today's session is getting over. So thank you children.